Today's video is brought to you by the filter Dream. Dream a little dream. Maybe I won't use the dream. Maybe I'll use the glamour. We're here in San Diego, California, in a front of a beautiful fountain. It's cold and wintry night, cloudy, with a chance of meatballs. Not the biggest fountain in the world, but a significant amount of water pouring in front of me, with a beautiful scene in front of, well, the end or the beginning of Balboa Park. Balboa Park is San Diego's only and largest park, and south of Los Angeles, and it is actually a beautiful park. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour because today's Manic Monday, and I took a nap after I had my big lunch at Lefty's Chicago Pizzeria. And normally on Mondays and Tuesdays I'm very busy, but I decided to just take the day off today and focus on some other things. Anyways, because I'm an artist and a lot of things go through my head, I need and I really don't hang out with anybody. I'm not a loner. I just like my space, and I like to do things on my own, and I appreciate life. And and I also don't drink, so I have to find things to keep me busy. Normally today on a Monday I would be having happy hour shots with my friends, and but since I don't drink anymore, I'm always trying to find a way to spend time and do things that are not going to bore me. But I'm 38 months sober, and that took me a while to understand. Like the first months, I really wanted to have a drink, but I didn't go there, and I was very strong. I had a problem with alcohol, and I never I really don't talk about that issue. And also, I just started doing live videos. I've been a member of eBay. I've been a member of here on YouTube. I've been doing videos for over a decade. I mean, you can see how many, when I became a member. But I'm going to be celebrating 20 years very soon here on YouTube. I've been going to be celebrating 20 years, and some of my videos go back to when I was a teen. Anyway, so I never anyways, so believe it or not, I used to have my videos monetized, and I used to make good money every month from doing nothing, because my videos that I had at the time were a couple thousand videos, and I was making money out of that and not really doing nothing, not uploading whenever I wanted. I would never go live because I never went live because I'm not like a person who goes live, because sometimes I don't really know what to do. I just like going live like this, where you can see something. But anyways, I just started going live on my YouTube, and I'm kind of like liking it a lot, because I'm getting to see a different part of YouTube. Anyways, so a little bit about my alcoholism, I guess. Well, I'm gonna show you around this beautiful place, Balboa Park in San Diego, California, America's finest city. You know, when I started making my videos, I would do live videos. Obviously, I would record the video and then I would upload them, but I would never do live videos like this. That's what I was trying to say. And then, a long time ago, many years ago, before the pandemic, um, I I was so naive because I had everything going on with my videos on making money, monetizing them, but you know what I hated? I hated the commercials, the ads, and I could never understand. Well, I wanted my videos, my ads to have advertisement as fashion and art and not politics. So what I did is I took the videos off monetization, and that was the stupidest thing that I could have ever done with my YouTube account because I was making good money. Like every month, I was getting checks for doing nothing because I already have so many videos on YouTube. Those videos were making me money. And so now, in order for you to be monetized on YouTube, you have to have at least 5 million views in 1 month. If 1 month you reach over 5 million views, then you get to be monetized. Well, there's 3 requirements per show. Like for regular videos, you have to have people actually watch your videos for so many hours, or I don't know how many views per month. And then on the shorts, like when you make a shorts, like a little short video, and you put it on YouTube for like 15 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever, with those videos, I think you have to have 5 million views in 1 month. So if I make a video and it goes viral and 5 million people see that video in one day, then automatically my videos will become monetized again. And then I can start getting paid again. But guess what? All of those years that I've been making that money is still there. I've been making money, but they're not giving me the check until I go, until those videos, until I make until I have like 5 million people watch my videos in 1 month. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, so I have a check waiting for me, but I won't get it until I hit the thing and I'm almost there. So, but that's not the reason that I'm making the live videos, because I never really cared about it, because obviously I took monetization off the videos because I didn't like the damn ads. Anyways, there's too many ads on the videos, on some of the videos, and I hate it. So, anyways, I'm going to give you a little tour of Balboa Park and the architecture in the museums. And we just started. You saw the fountain, and if you stay with me, you'll see some really cool construction, in architecture, and some of the things that are going on in this beautiful park. Let's see what's going on over here. It says Nature Garden blooming to life in summer of 2024. So I guess the San Diego Natural History Museum, the NAT is called, is going through some changes, and until the summer of 2024, which is this year, is going to be reopening, and I can see why they have the gates. Anyways, every time I come to the park, I always find something new, or something is going on, something is blocked. Anyways, and the trees are blooming because spring is coming. So what I was gonna say about the video monetizing, I went from alcoholism that I'm not. So me making the videos live is helping me in a way not to be bored and not to think about the alcohol. And now I'm in another level of my alcoholism, because believe it or not, I have not had an alcohol drink for 38 months. You don't know how hard that is for somebody who is gay like me and who loves to go out to the bars and and because a lot of my friends, I just realized that none of those people that I was hanging out were really my friends. They're just acquaintances. But when you're drunk, you do stupid shit, and then and I'm hoping that YouTube doesn't block my video because I just said a bad word, or really not. No, because stupid is not a bad word. Like anyway, so the other thing with me is that I don't like to say a lot of bad words. Like, I'm not a. I guess I could say bad words in Spanish, English, but because it's not me, I really don't want to go there. I don't want to. I don't want to make videos and say bad words, and because it's not really me. I think it works out for a lot of other people because that's how they started. But I'm all about art and fashion and culture and style and music and blah blah blah. So this is the San Diego. Well, that's the Rainbow Pride, the Rainbow Pride flag. The color. Well, it's just a rainbow, right? And what I like about the San Diego History Center, which is a beautiful museum here in Balboa Park, right there, is that they have the banner with the rainbow flag and it says San Diego Pride. And this is what I like about San Diego because we are one of the gayest, we're one of the friendliest. Well, it's hard to explain. See, like Imperial Beach is a beach in like almost at the border. And Imperial Beach is not gay. It's not a gay beach. It's supposed to be like the straightest beach because a lot of surfers go there. But believe it or not, Imperial Beach was named the gayest, friendliest beach in the United States. That means that people appreciate the gays when they go to this beach. Anyways, um, and this one right here is La Casa del Prado. Now, the the Casa de Balboa over here has a great restaurant in here, right there. See, it has a great restaurant inside, and it's called um, the Balboa restaurant or the Prado restaurant, I think. Anyways, and at night, well, because when it becomes dark in Balboa Park, all the homeless come here and sleep. But I actually thought that I just noticed something, that there were some homeless sleeping there, but they were not supposed to have. I thought that they told them to leave, like you can't sleep here anymore, because there were so many homeless and the place was smelling. Anyway, so now we're gonna go to this pond over here that actually looks really cool. Obviously, because it's dark, you can't see a lot of and it actually is really nice right now because there's hardly anybody here, so you can actually like talk, and because normally you can't even listen to yourself when you're here because there's so many people. So, and then those people over there, they're from the Bible studies. So you can't see right, but that's the big pond. And over there, I'm surprised you can actually see it. That's going under construction. You see that whole thing is just wood. Well, that was the Botanical Gardens, a beautiful building that now that I'm looking at it, it looks like they raised it up by a significant height because it wasn't that big. It was smaller. I think it was lower, and it was decaying because all the wood was still there since the Pan American fair. They had like a fair here like in 1915, and that's why all of the buildings here were reconstructed again. They went through a lot of facelifts because all the wood was being eaten, and all of the buildings here were made out of plaster. They were not made out of of cement. Anyway, so But as you can see now, that this building right here, we're in 2024. So obviously, I don't think I'm going to be alive in the year 3020. No, 2000. Wait, 2000. In the year 2324, in 100 years from now, maybe that building is going to be dismantled and they're going to put a new one in 100 years from now, because we don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, so because it seems like every other 100 years they're going to be taking, because that's all made out of wood, but maybe that's made out of cedar wood. So anyway, so look at the construction on this. So um in there in the botanical gardens, actually, let's see what it says over here. After 100 years, like I said, because it was 100 years ago, over 120 years ago, so it was 100 in 1915 or 1916. After 100 years, we are restoring the living legend, Balboa Park's botanical building and gardens reimagined for the next century. And that's supposed how it's supposed to look like. You can't see it right now. Anyways, I think this is very exciting for me because I've been coming here to this park since since I came here. I think it was in 5th grade in 1985. Can you believe it? I'm that old. I still remember the day that I came to Balboa Park in 1985 in elementary school. And I remember that I brought my sandwiches and we were here and we were queer and we didn't even know that we were gay. We were gonna be gay and fabulous in fabulous San Diego. Check this out. Oh my God. Oh, and then the airport. Did you see the airplane? The airplane. So anyway, so I'm hoping that I didn't ruin the camera. Okay, there it is, folks. I got it. I'm trying to give you a good scene over here. And there's a lot of ducks and they're swimming and it looks really nice. Anyways, this right here, this scene at night looks good, but in the daytime it's actually really beautiful. So like I said, the Balboa Park is under construction, and normally there will be a lot of homeless sleeping in Balboa Park, but I did notice that there's not a lot of homeless people sleeping in Balboa Park because I think that they told them to leave or they can't do it anymore because the place was smelling, especially in the pandemic. Everybody was sleeping in Balboa Park and it smelled of urine. So we are walking on this pathway that goes into the Museum of Art. In the Museum of Art in San Diego is not the most exciting museum in California. I have been to museums all over the world. I will not put the San Diego Museum of Art down because it's not their fault that they still have this museum here, which is very small, and it's just like when they have an exhibition, it's just a small room, and they have like whatever paintings, and the museum has good art. It has like Picasso. It has one painting, maybe a Dali, but not important. I love the sculptures for sure. I was just talking about this designer here, Calder. Calder, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Calder. Calder. Let's see. It says, "Please do not touch." So my friend at the gallery, I made a video today earlier on my friend's gallery. No, this is Tony Rosenthal. So maybe that was an original Tony. Oops. Anyways, So, um, I didn't take art history. I took fashion history, but I do know a lot about art. This is a Joan Miro sculpture. But what I was gonna say that the San Diego Museum of Art is not the best museum of art, possibly. Well, in California, it's not the best. I mean, because we have it here, but there's another museum in Oceanside that people don't talk about it, and that museum is really amazing because it's modern and it's new. And this is just an old museum. It's beautiful from the front, but the inside really it's boring. You're in and out like within an hour. Like, I've been to museums all over the world, and some of the museums that I've been, you know which ones: Chicago, the New York, Victoria Albert in London, El Prado in Spain. I've been to Austria, Vienna. Just to mention a few, Mexico City has an outstanding museum. Anyways, but I you it looks big, it is beautiful, but I wish that they made that maybe in the future. Well, obviously this used to be a parking lot, and now people, they're going back to their roots, how it's supposed to be, where people can just walk. And but here this was all parking, so they're going back to how it was in 1915. They're trying their best, why not? So anyways, I wish that the Museum of Art had an extension and they did more art, because all of the art, if you're local, you've seen the art for decades. And when they have an exhibition, they're not really big. So anyways, all art is good. I wish that we had a better museum in San Diego. The Museum of Art doesn't have to be in San Diego, doesn't have to be in Balboa Park anymore. We can make a fabulous museum of art in another place in San Diego County, because we have a lot of land and they keep building high rises, but they're not building anything new that has to do with art. I want to show you this horse over here that looks really good. I actually came over here and did some drawings of this horse. I used to have a class. Well, at one point in my life, I was going to a lot of art classes, just to study different types of mediums like acrylics, oils, watercolor. And one of the classes that I had was coming to Balboa Park in the San Diego Zoo to draw like mediums, basically like in water. And this is one of my favorite subjects over here. This horse that has been here forever. And I think I read the story, it weighs like a ton. And I think also that they moved this to here because it wasn't really here. And it says El Cid Campeador. Let's see, presented by the trustees of the Hispanic Society of America. Wow. Hispanic Society of America, July 5th, 1930. Wow, this is very exciting. Because so that means that it makes sense. This is from the Hispanics. Which kind of Hispanics? Mexico City, Mexicans, Spaniards, South America. I think it's a really good monumental piece. Um, I did another video where I came to Balboa Park, and I started on another side of Balboa Park because Balboa Park has many sides, many entrances. You don't know where to start or where to begin, but they're all amazing. And I guess this tour that I'm giving you is from another side of Balboa Park. This is an original Nikki sculpture here where children can play, and it's actually really nice. If you just came into my channel, you can always go back and see how I started the video. This is the artifact at Mingay. And these are some of the things they have in this museum. It's beautiful tapestry, handmade. And check this out. And from the buttons on that, this outfit was probably made in the 1940s, for sure. It's not an antiquity, but it is very well made, but it is not old. It's probably from the 40s. From the color, also, I can tell that it's from the 40s, the 30s or the 40s, especially because those are kind of like baked, like, but they're just like plastic. That's a pretty amazing art, woven or machine made. I would have to look at the other side. Definitely machine made, obviously, but and then some handmade work. Anyways, I guess they're letting people sleep in the Balboa Park because now I'm seeing a lot of homeless sleeping. And I don't want to make a lot of noise because when it comes dark, everybody leaves and then everybody has to go to sleep. But I can see that the trees are giving way to fabulous leaves. And there's another thing that I like about the Balboa Park is the at night is these lamps. So these lamps right here are still from the 1915 when they made this. So those are the original lamps and they're really cool. Anyways, this is the Institute of Contemporary Art in San Diego. Opens Thursdays 12 to 5. And now I think it's something different and they always have really cool exhibitions here. Now, this I have to walk and show you a botanical garden that I always like coming here in the spring. It's really nice, and there's a lot of plants. It might be too dark. Let's see. It's oh wow. Well, it's too bad that you can't see, but it looks like the Garden of Givarny. It looks like the Gardens of Barney, like Monet was here. Actually, I'm gonna have to come here and do another video in the daytime because I can see that they put a lot of work with the plants and it's very colorful. And when spring comes, the first day of spring, this place is gonna be blooming with color. Blooming, I say. Check that out. The San Diego Museum of Man. We're gonna give it some fabulous. Oh, look, we're back in the San Diego Museum of Man in 1915. Anyways, you know, I also noticed that that when you make a live video, there's a lot of people coming to the video and then they leave because they don't have the time, right? Because like I said, when you make a video and you start making a video, you have to be very fast on what you're gonna say. If it's not like interesting or whatever, people leave, but then you can always come back and see the whole video. But my purpose is that that you can always come back, anybody can always come back, and on their time they can see the whole video in the future, right? You know what? I started watching some videos of some people on YouTube that they make long videos, and then at first you don't understand, like, wow, they spend so much time making this video, and like I don't want to see it. But um there's a lot of people that do videos that are really really long. And now I guess I don't know if I'm older or because I'm always in my computer and I have to see something. I started watching these videos of some YouTubers that they make these videos of, like, this video, that song. And I just sit there and I watch their videos from beginning to end, and I find it very interesting that I'm watching now all of their videos from beginning to end, and especially the long ones, because because I find it really interesting when people make long videos about X topic or whatever. And this is now the museum of well, this used to be called the Museum of Man. I have to tell you a story that I don't know the story behind the name, but it used to be called the Museum of Men. I remember coming to this museum when I was like 15 years old. Sorry, like 13 or 12, whatever. And it was the Museum of Men, El Museo del Hombre. And they have amazing Mexican art in the Museum of Men because it's supposed to be more like ethnic. And actually, we're not gonna finish the video because I have to go over there and I have to walk through that whole bridge and show you something, the view of that. Um, so I guess I got sidetracked. Okay, we'll talk more about the Museum of Men from the other side so you can see how amazing it is. But what I was gonna say is that the Museum of Men, you know, this is now called the Museum of Us, all of us, because it used to be called the Museum of Men. Well, now with those titles like he, she, hey, them, whatever, which is like, you know, I don't really understand. Even though that I'm gay, I don't categorize myself as nothing else than him, right? Anyways, so this is the entrance of oh, I can see there's like a lot of homeless people here sleeping and whatever. And but this is the entrance to the Shakespeare Theater, the one in London. Um the the facade, or the architecture of Shakespeare, the theater in London, the old globe, is supposed to be almost sort of like this. And check that out. It's the architecture of the old globe. um I don't remember how the old globe, I guess I can Google or whatever how it looks. um but I don't remember if I went to the old globe in London when I was over there. And but this looks really good. This looks really good. And they also did another theater over there for the outside. As you can see, there's lights. So that's like the other theater where they do the outside. And now they're having the Age of Innocence. Starts February the 8th to March 10th. So it's going on right now, the Age of Innocence. So, oh, you know what? Maybe I should come to the Age of Innocence. Maybe I'll find somebody to bring me here to see the Age of Innocence. Anyway, so there it is, folks. The Museum of Us, which would used to be called the Museum of Man. In the Museum of Man, like I said, they changed it to the Museum of Us, and I find it to be very ridiculous, right? Um, Being here in San Diego for so many decades, I have the right, I have the right to 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 say things that are wrong. I just feel that the Museum of Men should have never changed their name for nobody, for no reason at all. I think it should have been the Museum of Men, period. It's not that there's not a Museum of Women. It's not about that. is that the name of the museum was, it came like that because of the Pan America, um, in 1915. But it's anyways, it's not about the woman and it's not about the man. It's just a museum of men. But because people, in times they change it to the museum of us, I find it very ridiculous. And it's not interesting, to be very honest. It seems like I'm going to I'm going to like a recreation center. Like I'm going to el Centro Cultural de la Raza, which is like saying like I'm just going to like a, it's not even a gallery, it's not even a museum, it's just a center where you see things about cultures. And so I feel like the name should have always stayed the same. So we're walking now to the entrance of the Museum of Us, but I do find it I don't know if they actually even took out the name that say the Museum of Men, because did had the Museum of Men, but they had to change it to the Museum of Us. It's now a banner and it's kind of tacky and it's not interesting. Anyways, see? Oh, now I remember. This right here used to say the Museum of Man. And now they just changed it to the Museum of Us in 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 metal, iron. Anyways, this is my longest live video ever, 37 minutes. This is kind of exciting because everybody comes here to walk their dogs. Anyways, every time I walk through here, I don't feel like I'm in London, right? But this reminds me of London Bridge. It's not London Bridge. A lot of the architecture here is not necessarily, American. It's all European art. And like I said, a lot of these buildings right here were falling apart back in the 80s after 100, almost 100 years, because these were made out of plaster. They were not made out of cement. But this is cracking. This is cracking. So in an earthquake, maybe this will crack too. I mean, can somebody come over here and like fix this before it comes apart? So I started at the other end of Balboa Park where the fountain is, and I guess it's a pretty good walk. Well, I needed an hour walk, so I gave you a little tour of what I think of oh, you know what? But the San Diego Zoo is next to Balboa Park. I could also make a live video inside the San Diego Zoo, but I would have to bring my friend Karen so she can talk to you about all the animals, because Karen used to work at the San Diego Zoo for 15 years or 10 years, I believe, and she knows everything about the animals. And I love the animals. I used to go to the San Diego Zoo to draw and paint them with on my art class many moons ago. And I also have some videos of me when I was younger over there. Oh, look, there's the airplane. The airplane is flying by, as you can see. Anyway, so this is the freeway right there. I the longest memory that I have of me, and I have pictures, is when I was 16 years old or 15 years old. Maybe when I was 14 or 15 or 16. I think I was 15 years old. In this tree right there, down here, I believe it's in here, down here, because this has been here forever, right? But down there, I shot some pictures in black and white with this photographer that saw me on the street, and he thought that I was really good, beautiful, whatever, and he took pictures of me in black and white when I was like 15 or 14, and I still have them. They look really good. And then that's how I started getting into. I never got into modeling. Never got into modeling because I never became tall. But a lot of the people, even like some of the people that had modeling agencies, they said that I was really, really good looking, like better than most, and that they wished that I became taller because they wanted to basically, squirt money out of me, out of my beauty. Anyways, check this out. There's an airplane. That's the 163 freeway. So there it is, folks. Well, since I'm coming to this other end of Balboa Park, I'm gonna still walk to basically that would be at the entrance of Balboa Park if you had a car, because there's a lot of entrances. So this is gonna be Laurel Street, and this is the Laurel Bridge. This, believe it or not, this road there's no one here right now. 100 years ago, like about 75 years ago, this was the main road. This was a freeway. This is a freeway. Actually, this is another freeway, like an old. No, that's not a freeway. This was made of. This was a river, like a stream. This was not a road, and this was an actual road. This was the freeway. I think it was freeway number 55 or something. I don't know what it's called. And it was at a very transit freeway. This road right here would take you from that end to the other end, because there was no other way to go over there, to go to North Park. People would come here, and this was an actual freeway. A lot of people here in San Diego don't know that, because time has passed. And now San Diego, California, with the atmospheric rivers, is going through a lot, because a lot of the places that people built homes on some hills, they still keep building homes. They still keep building homes, and San Diego keeps building all these high rises, but they don't understand what's going to happen in the future. Like if an earthquake came, I feel like they're just building way too much. Oh, but the other thing that I was going to say is that San Diego is not a town. San Diego is a metropolis now. It's very big. So many decades ago, somebody was walking over here, like right there, and then somebody drove through and they killed him. It was like a drive-by shooting. But because in the 80s, believe it or not, in the 80s, in the 90s, this park not only was falling apart, but it also was a very scary park. It used to be very scary. A lot of gay people got killed here. And there used to be like a lot of activity over here. Anyway, so I'm noticing that all the people that have those little carts and bikes on the road, they're not really obviously here to visit the park, they're just gonna go to the park now because that's where they're sleeping. And I thought that you couldn't do that, but I guess you can't do really anything about it. But then they leave in the morning, and then the whole Balboa Park smells. So I feel sorry for the people that maintain the park because the situation, and then nobody wants to fund the parks. Nobody knows how the parks get money. How do they get the money? So how do they clean the parks? And I guess it's really upsetting if you work here in the park, and then you have to clean the shit after them. Anyways, so yes, I can give my 2 cents, and I can talk shit about Balboa Park and what's wrong and what I like and what I don't like because I am actually a native here, and sometimes if people don't say nothing, everybody who if people don't say nothing, like like the thing with the Museum of Men. Nobody said nothing about the change of the name. I would be really really upset. Um, I mean that kind of make me upset. I think that's kind of tacky to change it to the Museum of Us. It should be called. It should always stay the Museum of Men because of the tags, him, they, or whatever, herm, herm, whatever. I just don't. I don't. I don't think so. I think it should be called the Museum of Men. I just I just find it really tacky. Like it's not even interesting to go into the museum. It's pretty and everything, but the Museum of Us. I know I'm talking too much now, but anyways, so there's the airport. And now I can see a lot of people walking their dogs. And now this is the beginning of Balboa Park, which is Laurel and Balboa Drive. And then over there, where those green lights are at the end, is Balboa Park. Sorry, not Balboa Park. 6th Avenue. We're gonna end our video with a fabulous lady named Kate Sessions. Kate Sessions is the mother of Balboa Park. She actually used to have, she's an horticulturist who was a teacher in the 1800s. And then later in the 1800s, came to San Diego and founded, she didn't found Balboa Park, but all of this land right here did not exist. It was just dirt and mud, whatever. There were no trees. It was just, it was an empty space. And she would come here to this road, actually right here where I'm at. She would go over there to the end, and then she started planting. She would come here and plant trees and flowers, not just trees and flowers like where you go and buy them at the store at Costco and you put them in your house. Because she started to be an horticulturist and she loved plants, she started to get in very well known with the very few people that had money in San Diego. Because San Diego, like I said, is a metropolis now. But San Diego really was just like Old Town. It was just like a little town because a lot of people didn't live here, and so everybody knew each other. And everybody who was in San Diego at the time, who was very rich or had department stores or X store or whatever, knew that Kate Sessions loved plants. And so a lot of the people, they knew that she loved Balboa Park, that she had her store, her flower shop was over here, and then I think she moved to Mission Hills also. She worked over there or something. Um, I can tell you more about that situation later with her in her life, but right now I just want to say that the reason that she became famous is not because she just planted flowers in Balboa Park. Is because of the people in San Diego who lived here who were very wealthy would bring plants and flowers from all over the world because those people had money. They would travel and they would bring flowers to her or plants or seeds and give them to her as gifts. And that's how she started planting them here. And that's why Balboa Park, like Dr. Seuss, who used to go to um, Torrey Pines to draw the trees, um, Kate Sessions didn't just plant a regular flower or a seed. She would plant rare trees in medicinal trees and in and then when but the Pan America started, they um they basically, she's the mother of Balboa Park, and we're standing right in front of her. This is her, Kate Sessions. And I'm sad to say that Balboa Park should have those lights on right now to give her some light. And see, this is the reason that I have a lot to say and why I'm upset about some things here in Balboa Park. But if there's no money, there's no light. So we're not going to know who she is. So, anyways, but this is her. This is her tribute in cast iron of Kate Sessions. And like I said, Kate Sessions is the founder of Balboa Park, the mother of Balboa, not the founder, but the mother of Balboa Park. She's not the founder because Horton Grant, who bought most of downtown, I think for 500 acres of land, they became really good friends, and Kate Sessions used to go to his house and do all the landscaping for him, believe it or not. Anyways, and I have some really good juicy gossip on Kate Sessions, but that's in another video. Anyways, so now you know, folks, that's Balboa Park, and there's two gentlemen over here. I think I just said Horton Grant. Um, I have to be very careful over here because it's so dark, and but there's a lot of homeless people, and some, I don't know. It's just too scary right now. But anyways, so like I said, there's two gentlemen over there, and we're gonna go and read their plaques because it's so interesting that I just said Horton Grant, and but there's another one, not Manchester, but anyways, we have cases over here, and I find it very interesting that they only have three sculptures in front of the park, and that's how important Case Session was. The other two or three would be these gentlemen's over here. This one right here has light, and he's reading something, and he's right in front, and because basically he's kind of like, I think this is the one that designed the park, George Marston. No, not Horton Grant. I'm sorry. I was gonna say Marstons. The Marstons. George W. Marston, 1850, 1946, champion of park, philanthropist and merchant. The Marstons used to have a department store, and the department store, I think, closed like in the 50s or 60s. So, anyways, but the department store in San Diego was the first department store, the Marstons, and their house is over there, and he's right here. And I also know a lot about him personally. And the Marstons, one of the heirs of the Marstons had a storage. The great 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 nephew had a storage in my storage facility many years ago, and they moved out he gave everything, a lot of the stuff gave to me, and everything had his name. Anyways, that's gonna be another story. San Diego, lost history. And then these two gentlemen over here have actual light. And now I'm upset that Kate Sessions doesn't have a light. Even this little spider has light. So I believe that these are the engineers of Balboa Park. Oh, yes. Sorry. So, like I said, over there when I was talking about case sessions about Horton, Horton, and so this is Horton. Yeah, Horton Plaza, which, well, not Horton Plaza, but the founder of downtown San Diego. This is Alfonso Horton, and he was born in 1813, and he died in 1909, before the Pan America. Oh wow, that's really sad because he built Balboa Park. He had a vision, but he didn't see the vision of Balboa Park in the fruition of what was going to happen in 1915 when they built the Balboa Park itself, all the architecture. And the person over here next to him is Ephraim Morse, and he also died in 1906. So both of these gentlemen, who are the founders of Balboa Park, the engineers of Balboa Park, never got to see Balboa Park in what it is today. Anyways, there it is, folks. Maybe for my next video, I'll have to dig up some dirt on this gentleman because not everything is so pretty over here. Anyways, have a fabulous night. And I'm up to 57 minutes and 16 seconds. Maybe I should keep walking and make it an hour. Maybe I'll get a gold star on YouTube since this is my longest video ever live. I do want to make some live videos inside my warehouse where I have all my collections, but it is a lot of work, and you have to have somebody to help you with the camera. Also, I realized that there's a lot of equipment involved with making videos. It's cool, every so often, or every year, new technology arises. So it's not that the quality is not good. This video quality is good, but now they have the i15, the iPhone, that makes a really good video, but I'm not gonna get an iPhone. Anyways, if you make the video and it's not live and you just make a video for an hour and then you upload it to YouTube, then you're gonna get a really high res. It's gonna be in HD. So right now what I did on the phone is when I make videos, I just put it sort of like the highest quality that takes a lot of space. But when I go live, I don't think it actually takes the space. I don't think it actually goes HD. I just think it goes to a random, it's not the best quality. Anyway, so we're now here and we are queer on 6th Avenue in Laurel. This is the entrance. I can't believe I just walked for an hour. Well, that was a really good exercise. But I'm gonna turn off the video and thank you for the person who's watching right now, who stayed with me. And this is Laurel, and there's a Starbucks over there, but I just had a Starbucks. So I got 3 more seconds and goodbye.